3, 2, 1, and we're live. So, Jordan Evans, welcome back to ESP. This is 007. We are once again plagued with technical difficulties. I don't know what it is about you, but you enter the studio and all the electronics just stop working. Are you some kind of a cyborg? Do you have a mobile EMP field somewhere in there?
I'm a bunch of chaff grenades in a summer dress, really. Some old school MGS right there.
Yes, well, MGS was one of the things that we wanted to talk about today, right?
Ooh, yes, definitely. I mean,
did you mention your pizza box last time?
You know what?
I think you did. You did.
I mentioned it in passing. I wanted to bring it this time, but I forgot it, which is probably for the best because that thing is a relic at this point.
Tell us about the MGS pizza box.
All right, so
one more time, just in case anyone didn't hear it the last time, because this is pretty cool.
I never went into detail the last time. I think I just kind of threw it in passing because we didn't.
Wait, so you said you have it sealed up, right?
Yeah, it's
MRE style.
I actually don't have it sealed up. I would be afraid to seal it because I don't want to damage the the pizza box. But imagine, if you will, a standard
good lead-in.
Thanks. A standard pizza box for
imagine if you will.
For probably a 16-inch pizza. Is that what a regular medium size is? A large?
I have no idea. Pizza's a pizza,
right? So
I don't know the actual circumference of a pizza, Jordan.
Do the science of the pizza box first before we talk about it.
What is the circumference of a moose? That's an old Ask a Ninja reference, by the way. Super old school.
Oh my God.
Did you used to watch Ask a Ninja?
I used to watch Ask a Ninja.
Ask a Ninja was the best.
I am
his omnibus episodes. The omnibus episodes where they take 100 different questions and he just reads them off rapid fire.
I feel like we're getting off topic again.
It's fine.
If I have to talk about, I need to talk about this.
Most of the answers to his omnibus questions were, "I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja.
Well, I'm a ninja.
I'm a ninja. I'm a ninja.
Thank you for writing, person. I'm a ninja." It was great. That brings back memories.
If you haven't seen it, go YouTube Ask a Ninja and just binge watch it because it's pretty incredible. Actually, and YouNow is still not working. I am really upset about this.
Can you hear us, YouNow people? We love you.
So basically, if there's no video, they won't be able to hear or see anything. But so I'm glad I included the link to the actual FRC Media radio page.
Oh, good.
In my Tumblr post. Hopefully, people will go on to the actual link that I posted on Tumblr.
I kind of just told people to go to FRC Media and then
then
kind of figure it out, and that's because I trust you people, and I have a lot of faith in you.
So the actual
figure it out.
The actual website link is frmedia.org/FRC radio.
Yeah, I didn't even give them that much.
Okay. So Ask a Ninja.
All right, so I actually found myself looking up Ask a Ninja not that pretty recently. And
really,
apparently,
I haven't
tried
watched
to have a comeback,
Ninja
and he tried to make some episodes as recently as I think 2 years ago. But
really,
it's so weird.
I did not know that.
When you go on there and you look at when he was around, when we were fans, and he has
that was a weird time.
He has something 11, 12 million hits on his YouTube videos from that time. But the new ones that he's done, they have 10,000 hits, and it's just kind of a testament to how the internet is, where we are all so fascinated in these proto I don't want to say proto memes because that sounds so
proto content creation.
Yes,
because that was one of the first major online video content creators that we saw emerge into the new field of online content creation.
I mean, that was out around the time of albino black sheep and
oh my God,
something awful, which I mean is still around now, but that's a whole other culture by itself, and that's kind of driving off.
I haven't heard people mention something awful in a long time either.
Oh my God, there's an entire subculture that is stemmed out of something awful.
Really?
And then websites based on ripping on something awful, populated by people who were formerly on something awful. That's a whole other conversation.
That's fine.
I'm sure.
Here, hand me that. I'm gonna try and mess with you now while we talk.
All right, I'm gonna
to see if we can get this to work.
I'm gonna bounce back to the pizza box.
Yes, back to the pizza box while I'm doing this. So I'm listening.
By some
but these technical difficulties also have my attention diverted. Luckily, the flash drive is okay.
Yes.
So we have our emergency backup. I'm looking at the peak files right now. It seems like we're okay as far as volume.
I have no idea what
we're live on FRC Media Community Television. We're live on FRC Community Media Radio.
Ooh.
Community media. It's one of those things where you have to really enunciate when you say that phrase.
Community
media.
community.
But we just can't figure out, it's that chaff grenade, that mobile chaff grenade that you have in there somewhere. Is that one of the unknown side effects of HRT?
Yes. When you take HRT,
you become a human
you
EMP
become
grenade,
a giant
chaff
PAL
grenade
card, and all of a sudden electronics stop working around you.
Okay.
All right. So the pizza box. So this pizza box, and maybe by some stroke of luck, someone's out there who actually has seen these, heard of these, owns one, can at least tell me
yes,
what
please
the
let
story
us
is.
know if you've ever heard or seen these before, because this is a recurring topic of discussion for us.
Yeah. There were like articles about it on
you found some articles,
but they're all offline now. You have to like go to like
archives,
the Wayback Machine, to kind of like
oh,
read
that's
them,
right.
Or, like,
you did say that last time.
So
a deep dive in the archives.
I actually found out there's like five different Wayback Machines, so they each kind of like archive different things.
I haven't played around with a Wayback Machine. I think I played around with one once.
I think it's a good way to kind of like look back at the internet of yore, or at least look back at your own websites and kind
the
of cringe
days
at how
of yore.
So pizza box. I'm so bad at this. So this pizza box, imagine it if you will.
Pizza box?
Stop. This pizza box, imagine it if you will. Standard pizza box, but the entire thing is covered head to toe, and it's like this completely original design.
The jungle design.
Yeah, it's a completely original design
MGS3.
of Naked Snake leaning up against a tree with like the sun rising in the background, and it has on the side like an officially sanctioned Konami code for $5 off of MGS3, which is what it was for when it came out. That was
the one thing that blew my mind when you first told me about it, because my first thought was, is this going to be some kind of a...
like people trying to like cash in on like the popularity of a new game. No, like it's a legitimate sanctioned Konami merchandise item. And it's weird because I can't say I've never seen this done before, because just recently I was at a gas station and someone decided to start putting like Final Fantasy 7 characters, the Dissidia versions of them, on cup noodles.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's on the same tier as the pizza box, but
yay, cup noodles.
Yeah, it's like yay, cup noodles with Cloud Strife on it.
I might be on the lookout for those soon if I can get into this new apartment.
I mean, it made me buy some, so I guess it fulfilled its purpose. Right.
But it totally did. I would totally buy like 100.
Oh my god!
I left the merchandise that we were going to show in your car because I'm a terrible human being.
I was wondering what that all was.
So you're the only person that donated this month. So now we're going to have a serious conversation about marketing right now. So our goal for the ESP show is to have one show a week, every week, and I want to start that in February of next year.
Ooh,
in order to do that,
bold goals.
Thank you. In order to do that, we're going to need some kind of funding to get this off the ground, to be able to do that more, because it's going to take more time. I'm not going to be able to focus on work so much. My full-time job, maybe go down to per diem. That's the goal, but we need to start making some money. Copyright, that's a whole other thing that we're going to discuss a little bit later. Oh, we don't have to discuss that, but copyright is a whole other thing that I learned about that we addressed and fixed. The way that I have set up right now for us to make money on the show is to do monthly giveaways, which seems to work for everyone else except me. Maybe it's because we're so new, and I'm not giving array. Actually, I am giving away array.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Slip of the tongue, but it worked perfectly.
Like
the array Ayanami figure that you've won, because nobody else.
Wait.
So there is a.
I won something.
There is a Rei Ayanami in the shower figure. I don't know if the bikini comes off.
What?
You'll have to see for yourself. Again, a plug for DJ Date Masamune. She does the 18 plus panels on naked figures at all the conventions that she goes to on lewd figures.
I'm so proud. I won this. I'm gonna go show my mother.
So you can look up DJ Date Masamune. She's got all kinds of social media. She's very easy to find. She's always doing panels. Let's see if this Wi-Fi is working now. Okay. So you can look up DJ Date Masamune and see her panel. She does an 18 plus panel on adult figures. She also does a yaoi panel. She does a dot hack panel. And she does 2 to 4 other panels. But she does 2 18 plus panels and a bunch of other panels. One of them is dot hack and the other one is face day night.
Can
and then there's one more.
Dot hack later? I mean,
I've actually never seen dot hack.
But like, we need to talk about that.
Okay. I've only seen, I think, one episode. We will come back to that in 1 minute. So hold your dot hack thoughts.
I will wait.
So every month on our Patreon, patreon.com/Eryn Spencer podcast, we give away one super weeby item. This past month in April, it was a Rei Ayanami in the shower figure, and in my post on Tumblr, I said, if you're into hashtag weeb trash stuff like I am, then you'll be really interested in this Rei Ayanami in the shower figure. Again, disclaimer, I don't know if the bathing suit comes off. It's new, unopened, it's a $40 value, and you want it because nobody else bothered to donate $1, or to pledge $1, I should say, on our Patreon.
I pledged $1 because
Jordan
love you.
pledged $1, and this is not a situation where I'm just giving it to someone for being a guest. Okay.
Is this it?
Oh my god, that's totally the one. I'm giving away a Rei that you just won.
Wow.
So congratulations, because you're the only person that pledged in the month of April. So thank you for pledging. So we're going to take some photos of that after with you accepting your prize. Okay? The May figure, actually, sorry. I'm undecided.
Okay.
Maybe you can help me make a decision. We're either going to give away from May a Rei Ayanami figure. This one is not as interesting as the one of her in the girls' locker room under the shower. It's just her holding her shoes and her socks. It's like, okay, whatever. So there's a Rei Ayanami figure of her holding her shoes and her socks. And I guess if you like feet, that's a figure for you.
As your friend.
Which I kind of do a little bit.
Reoccurring guest and supporter
I got it
of
many years ago. And now I'm giving it away as again, same brand new, unopened. It's been preserved. The only thing that was altered was that I took the price tag off because I don't want y'all to know what kind of deals I get for these figures from Japan. That will forever remain a mystery. There was a little price sticker on there. I did get it at a convention. So what were you going to say?
As a friend and as a supporter of your program and reoccurring guest, I would like to give my prize back into contention for the next person because unless you end up getting something,
all right,
honestly, like
that's very admirable of you. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing though, like I know what Rei's from, and that's one of the few like old school kind of animes that I never watched.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of like lost on me as far as I would probably not appreciate it the same as someone else.
Do you want the manga collection prize? Because that was the other prize that we were going to give away. So I have the very first issue of Naruto Shonen Jump 001.
I remember that. I had
in
that.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent condition. I'm going to say excellent condition. Then we have the first 3 original Death Note manga, episodes 1 through 3. Close to excellent condition. Yeah, those are also in excellent condition. And then we have episode 1 of Hellsing, which is in good condition because it wasn't preserved the way that I wanted to. I think it slipped into the bottom of the bin.
Did I ever tell you
so
I'm
it's
a huge
little bit
Hellsing fan?
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
It's a little bit bent, but it's not frayed or torn or anything. It just fell at a strange angle.
Police girl.
Yes, I love that he calls her police girl. So if you want those 5 manga, you can have those 5 manga.
Maybe.
Okay. And then the other prize is the Rei Ayanami holding her shoes and socks.
I mean, as someone who...
Which I guess is a figure for people who like feet.
Oh my goodness. As someone who comes on the show, I'm committed to your show's success.
Thank you.
And I feel a little bad taking the gifts. I mean, I donated because I think that this is a great show and I love the idea behind it. So
thank you.
You don't have to...
I don't want to be your gift winner again. Okay, well that's very admirable of you to give that
other
back.
People. And
if you are
hearing
audience.
this now, and if you are watching this, you should really be donating. Can I advertise for your show? Is that against?
Oh, you can totally advertise for your show.
That's not against
Nope, not at all.
Cool. You should really be reaching out and finding ways to support this program.
Thank you.
I feel like this is one of those call now and pledge $10 and you will be making a very sad trans woman very happy. We are standing by the phones, and by that I mean 2 cell phones.
We're
and a
literally
tablet.
standing by the phone. Well, there's a phone here, as you can see in the
personally.
corner, but it doesn't really work.
We are standing by a non-functioning telephone that I have no idea where it is. It's possibly very dated. Oh, it is dated. Can I pick it up?
You can pick it up. We
are standing by this phone,
which is pretty funny.
Which does not have a dial tone. Oh, oh my god, it's an AT&T phone.
It's actually connected to a phone line that connects to this building, and people can actually call in the show. And
why are you
say
not calling
things.
in the show? Why are not people calling in the show?
It's been plagued with issues since day one. There's always been. It's supposed to be fixed, but
so are both of those
I
shows
just
we've
didn't
had
wanna...
together, and that hasn't stopped us.
I don't know what is going on with YouNow. I think there's an issue with the actual YouNow app itself, which is very disappointing, because I switched Wi-Fi connections, and it's still not going live.
Well, we have this time while you tinker away.
Maybe we could do a Facebook Live. Can I do Facebook Live from business pages?
You can do Facebook Live, you can do Twitter Live, you can do Instagram Live.
You can do Twitter Live, really?
You can do Twitter. I'm pretty sure you can do Twitter Live. Here, let's tune in now and just watch us both look at our devices. All right.
We're just totally using up all this bandwidth.
We are now live.
FRC Media
so
business
people
cards.
Can sit in. Right,
Yay.
like make your case, make your pitch.
So we're live on Facebook now.
So many different medias.
We're live on Instagram. We're live on Fall River Community Media Radio. Okay. We're good.
Okay. So.
Good recovery. Dot hack. Go. Because there's a lot of other stuff I want to get.
Okay, all right. Well, first off, there's like a million dot hacks.
Dot hack sign, I think, is the only one that I'm familiar with.
All right, Sackheim. Dot hack sign.
Sackheim sounds German.
That was one of the first animes I ever watched, by the way. Sailor Moon was technically the first. Sailor Moon.
I love Sailor Moon. I have so much Sailor Moon trash stuff.
Hack sign though.
It's everywhere. I love it.
Easily like second or third. And it's a strange series because it kind of takes place within an online MMORPG. And depending on which one you're playing, are you reading the manga, which is kind of like kids having fun in an MMO, a morpja, or are you watching Hack
Morpiga?
Yes.
I love that phrase, Morpiga.
Are you watching Hack Sign, where you're effectively watching people? I'm
thinking now that before I was too close to the mic. Oh. Sorry, I'm multitasking in my own head right now.
Am I close enough to the mic?
I think you're fine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to keep an eye on the peak meter.
So you have Hack Sign,
technicals,
which takes place in the world, which is the name of the game. And
your eyebrows look great today.
Thank you.
I totally forgot to do mine. That's okay.
Oh, you're fine. The world is effectively it. I guess it's almost like Final Fantasy 14 or something. I mean, it came out like years before, but it's that kind of like.
Is that the open world?
It's an open world game.
I still have to play 13 because apparently lightning is a feminine icon.
I kind of like ducked out of the world of Final Fantasy for a long time.
I stopped after 10 because I am,
right,
I'm a
10,
huge 10 fangirl. I tried playing 11. I couldn't really
10? You like 10?
I love 10.
10 was
my favorite. Well, it was my favorite.
10 was a game.
Uh-oh. Do you not like Final Fantasy 10?
No. The writing was not that great.
Oh my goodness. We found something that we differ on. Uh-oh, because I am very passionate on Final Fantasy 10. What?
I'm sorry.
What was terrible about the writing in Final Fantasy X? It was the sprawling, epic open world adventure that I always wanted. Not open world, sorry. It was the sprawling,
it was the opposite
linear,
of an open world game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What I meant to say was linear closed adventure, but open, not open world, but 3D, open. It had this great feel to it. I think between the aesthetics and the atmosphere. That's what I was looking for.
Dodge the lightning 1,000 times, win a prize.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, but the fact that
I did.
That's where they went with that. Oh my god, we've touched on so many topics.
This is great.
If you want to look
still
at
have a whole half an hour. I like this.
If you want to look at a Final Fantasy
game,
plagued
with technical difficulties. I don't know why we can't get away from it.
A game that I actually like from the Final Fantasy series, Final Fantasy Tactics.
I'm so upset right now.
Tactics. That's where it's at.
That came out after Final Fantasy VII, right? I think
it came out roughly the same
PS1.
time, I want to say, like in the same year. It might have been beat by it, but
everyone told me how amazing Tactics was, and for a lot of people, that's their favorite Final Fantasy game. But I've never played Tactics. I played a Tactics mod on Newgrounds.com, which I was obsessed with for an entire summer.
Okay.
And it was to this day one of my not a mod. It was based on Final Fantasy Tactics, but it was a Newgrounds original game. The graphics were awesome. It was so much fun. I loved it.
The writing of Tactics. Play Tactics. Compare what you've just played to Final Fantasy X, and then come back to me, and then be like, "Wow, you're right. Whoa." But
10 to me was a great classic story with great classical archetypes. That's what I liked about it. Yeah, you have the hero, you have the main hero, who's Titus. You have the gritty protector, who is Eryn. You have the comic relief, which is Waka. You have the sisterly, dark, mysterious figure, who's Lulu. Yuna is the heroine. Riku is the sassy... Actually, now we're getting into sort of a combination of classic fantasy and classic anime archetypes. Riku is like the classic sassy sprite. Not comic relief like Waka is, but she is the sassy, energetic... Well, she's the thief class, but that's where you get all of your... Yeah, that's where you get all of your energy from.
Except Titus. I don't know what Titus' class was.
A fighter.
Was he a fighter?
Yeah. Fighter combat.
Well, he was quick. I always considered Eryn to be more... Well, no, Aryn's kind of like the knight class, yeah.
Knight/tanking class.
Yeah. Riku is definitely...
Yeah, Titus was DPS. He was attack DPS. Eryn was as close as a tank as you were going to get. But then Kimari was also
Kimari was the blue
tank.
mage, actually. Kimari is the blue mage class.
Oh, the blue mage, right? He had blue
mages.
Fur.
No, not because of the fur. Blue mages.
But he wasn't.
Blue mages traditionally use the spells of their enemies.
Oh, really?
Throughout the FF series. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was your archetypical blue mage.
I played whatever one was re-released on the 3DS in 2006.
Huh.
I think it was 4. Because I know the numbers are all messed up.
Yeah.
The numbers are all messed up in the original, the first 6, right?
Right.
So the one that came out in 2006 for the 3DS, I think it was. Do you remember? Was it 4 or 6?
Well, no.
There's one we have to go up to the top of the big
it's
spiral
4.
tower and you can't save.
Wait. No, that's 4 then, because Final Fantasy 6, it was Final Fantasy 3 in the States. And that was when you had like 15 player characters, and the bad guy actually wins and destroys the world, then you got to fight the bad guy in a tower of junk.
I don't know. This one I think was you had to go all the way up to the top of the tower, and it was a spiral tower. I think you only had 4 or 5 characters.
Yeah, no.
And there were no save points after a certain... It locked you out from saving. Is that 4?
That's 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Actually, I had to go back, leave the tower, level up my characters for 2 weeks, and then come back and finish the game. But it was funny because...
Well, that's kind of how they did things back then, game theory. They would substitute
pure...
difficulty in the place of storyline sometimes. Because if it's hard, then you'll keep playing it because you'll want to win, and it doesn't matter if they write in story or not because you're grinding and playing.
It was interesting because it was one of those games where there was also no cap. So literally for 2 weeks, it was kind of like my job. So I would get home from work and I would grind a little bit on Velvet, and then at the end of I don't have that much patience, so I think it was just a week. So I think at the end of a week, I came back and I jumped back into the tower, but over the course of that week, I'd become so OP that I one-shotted everything, including the final boss.
Yeah, I mean,
I said, "Oh, I broke the game."
I'll give the Final Fantasy series one thing. It is.
Ooh, hi Leah. Hi Brooke. Thank you for joining.
It's the number one reason why I am an obsessive compulsive person who constantly second guesses themselves, because gotta get it all, gotta do everything.
Yeah, and I'm a video game completionist.
Yeah.
So I have to go and do all the side quests, dodge the lightning 1,000 times, like you said.
Maybe the right were right in the 90s, and we should have just banned video games. I mean, it would have saved me so much time.
All right. So Dot Hack, we were talking about Dot Hack, and we got distracted. You said Dot Hack Sign was one of your favorites, right? I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Sign was interesting.
Hello
because
again.
Effectively, you had this game where you're watching a show about a game where people.
Well, that's why people like it so much.
Into a coma and get stuck in the game. All the while, the game has a pre-written lore.
Wait a minute,
which you can learn more about in the books and the game.
That sounds like Gantz, which I have seen.
It is.
Is it similar? Because they came out around the same time, right? That was kind of like a trend in anime was at that time.
I know there was one that was very similar to it, and people were like, "Oh, it's the same thing," and I'm like, "It's not the same thing." That sounds a lot like Gantz,
which is good.
It probably is the same.
Anyway,
thing.
Go ahead.
I'm just standing for my favorite game, our favorite series. But yeah, so you would find out more if you actually went in and read like the books and played the games, because I guess the TLDR.
It's a huge world, right?
It literally is called The World. The TLDR.
That's why DJ Data Master Media has so many panels on it, and she can talk about it for hours. That makes sense now.
TLDR of this massive game and series and manga and anime condensed into one. German guy makes a game, programs a crazy prototypical AI within the original game.
Okay.
An homage to someone he was greatly invested in.
Okay.
And then the game goes from prototype, which is Fragment, which I actually have, but I can't play because it's region locked in the States. I can only play it if I have a
So there was an actual
Japanese
game
PS2.
associated with the video. I mean, with the anime.
Yes. Yeah, there's a whole
Okay.
series.
That's awesome.
And then Fragment was the original, and that was actually an
Guess
online...
I should have gotten into the Dot Hack series.
Fragment was the one time where they took it and made it an actual online RPG, but it didn't stick. And I never understood why. And it never even came to the States. So I have this game, but I can't play it. Because A, there's no server support. B, it's region locked.
Did you see Sword Art Online? Sword Art Online?
That's the thing it's compared to.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, Sword Art Online Season 1 was great. I loved Sword Art Online Season 1. Season 2 started, okay. I was into it. Then they had a weird thing where the main character, it would have been a great bump for trans people, but they kind of made it seem like it was like so strange and weird and shameful because he got stuck in a female avatar.
That's what happened in Dot Hack.
Really?
Yeah, Tsukasa.
So maybe that's why people compare it to...
Tsukasa is...
Dot Hack.
To my knowledge, Tsukasa was a girl who went into a coma and gets stuck in the avatar of a boy.
Okay.
So wait, is Tsukasa...
There's a lot to talk about
FTM
with gender and
supportive?
anime.
Trans man supportive.
Yeah. Is what?
Is Dot Hack trans man supportive then?
Ooh, it might be. It might be. Because I know they kind of botched it a little bit with...
It's pretty terrifying,
Sword Art
actually. I
Online.
shouldn't even joke about that because Tsukasa was literally stuck in their avatar. I don't even know what, like, he's he within the series of the world, but I don't know if he actually remembers being a person. I mean, he's been in a coma the entire time and he just knows himself as Tsukasa within the world.
So what's the anime that you're watching now that we talked about, that we advertised as a discussion
the thing
topic
that
on
people are here
Tumblr?
for.
Right.
Aggretsuko.
So I want to talk about that real quick. So tell me about that, because that's the anime that you're watching right now. That's in your queue. Do you have Crunchyroll?
I don't.
What are you streaming it on?
It's on Netflix, actually.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah. It just it was
said
just brought to
Aggretsuko?
Netflix. Aggretsuko.
Aggretsuko. Okay. Suko.
I'm probably mispronouncing it myself.
That's
but,
okay.
it-
We'll go with Aggretsuko. Tell us about Aggretsuko. Available on Netflix.
It's put out by Sanria,
Okay.
which is more commonly known as the creators of Hello Kitty.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
Hello
canonically
Kitty.
Hello Kitty set in a business office environment where they just kind of like...
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's
the entire premise of Aggretsuko is like she's a 25-year-old and she's stuck in a office job that she hates and she has no joy in life except for singing death metal.
Oh, yes!
Yes!
That's
So
the
when I
one!
sent you,
Oh my goodness, yes! Okay, that I have to watch because I have been hearing about that non-stop all the time. Everyone has been telling me about this anime, but I just have never put two and two together that it was called Aggretsuko.
yes.
It's apparently one of the greatest television shows to come out in a long time ever.
Is it? I mean, that's news to me.
I'm adding it to my queue tonight, and I'm going to watch it because everybody on social media is talking about Aggretsuko.
I mean,
everybody.
It's really good. Like,
I'm going to watch that immediately.
it's good in a way that I relate, which is why it's good, and I'm pretty sure that's probably why people like it. Plus,
I've
it's like
seen so
Hello
many
Kitty
clips from that.
characters,
Yeah. Okay, now that I know what it is, and that I've seen a lot of clips from it, I can say the clips that I've seen are hilarious.
Yeah, you effectively
They're
have
awesome.
like you have
Hello
someone
Kitty
who's doing,
sings death metal.
Well, yeah, she's doing this
great.
white collar office job that she hates.
But
And
death metal's her only.
she has to
her
yeah,
only
she has
release.
to like put up with
That's
like a boss
awesome.
she doesn't like, doing things she hates, and
Oh,
pretty much
relatable.
doing the mundane day to day. And the only reprieve she has is a karaoke room for one where she sings death metal.
Oh, she just goes in there by herself?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. That's great.
I'm not gonna lie. I've considered getting a Retsuko. That's her name, Retsuko.
Retsuko?
A little Retsuko tattoo on my arm.
Is it an American show with Japanese themes, or is it a Japanese import?
I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese import.
Okay.
There's already. I'm pretty.
Can
sure
you watch
there's
it subbed or dubbed?
You can. In fact, when you
Ooh,
watch
okay.
it on Netflix,
All right, that makes
it comes in first as subbed.
Okay.
And then I just
I don't watch
watched
dubs,
it
do
once
you?
like that. Then I set it to dub just to
Okay.
hear how they use the voices in English.
Yeah,
I
I
like it
try to
either way.
stay away from dubs if I can. But
I watch whatever if I
just
like
whatever's
it.
on. I can't get over dubs. The acting is always like almost across the board is usually so much better in subs.
I did watch it subbed the first
Except
time.
for J. Michael Tatum. He's awesome.
I did watch it
Because
subbed
we're
the
friends on
first
social
time.
media. No, I'm just kidding. J. Michael Tatum's actually good. He's great.
I
And
appreciate.
he's a really cool person too.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's be friends.
Yeah, no, he's
J. Michael
awesome.
Tatum.
He just kind of like he goes to a lot of the conventions, just kind of hangs out, kind of walks around. meets people, talks to people. He doesn't have like a security entourage or anything. Same thing with Greg Ayres.
Oh yeah.
I've met both of these guys. They're both super cool. And they are just really awesome persons. People.
I think I had like 3 people in my.
We're good with grammar.
Yeah, I'm very good with grammar.
So we're gonna talk. I really want to talk with Doki Doki Literature Club.
Here we go.
A lot of it. But before we do, because I promised I want to talk to you about a couple of things with the trans world real quick.
Cool.
Real quick, I just want to see.
I feel like I gave people like false what's the word I'm looking for? I led y'all in here.
Brooke said she just finished
charges.
Berserk, which is awesome. I love Berserk.
Some type of way.
And hi Jessica. Hi Leah. Hi Brooke. Yeah, Berserk is awesome. If you haven't seen the originals, go and check out the originals.
A spelling for the anime. Aggretsuko.
Aggretsuko. Yeah,
Aggretsuko.
Brooke. I saw the first remake of Berserk. It was awesome. The original series is incredible, so dark. But I'm gonna go back and watch these movies on Netflix. But that's a good choice. Hey girl, hey. Hey Jessica. So, Doki Doki Literature Club. We're gonna come back to that. So, real quick, trans issues. Is there anything major going on in the state of trans politics right now?
There is every day.
Okay.
I mean,
so give us a quick recap, and then we're gonna round out the show after that with some Doki Doki Literature Club. The last 10 minutes, we're gonna get right into a slam jam of Doki Doki.
It's like a total flip because last time I talked mostly politics, then we crammed some stuff in there. But
yeah,
now
we're
you
cramming
put me
politics.
on the defensive here. Ooh. All right, I'll keep my politics short and simple because chances are my viewers want to hear something political.
Okay.
Things that are pertinent to the trans community include here at home in Massachusetts, and I use this in air quotes, the victory of the good pastor Scott Lively at Reverend now.
Again, I heard the name, picked up on some of the conversation that you were having earlier, but I don't know too much about this individual.
This individual, and I mean, obviously we have to take a nice positive show and like just spike it down in Sadville for a little while, but this individual is known most commonly for his book, which equated the LGBTQ community as being the reason why the Nazi Party is a thing, and also, you know, why the Holocaust happened.
False equivalence. And that's why we have logic classes in college, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's a requirement now.
Well, other than that, in his book, he also is more commonly known for being related to the creation of that Ugandan LGBTQ policy, which some people call the Kill the Gays Bill.
The what?
Yes, the Kill the Gays Bill. Effectively not good stuff for the
it sounds pretty
community.
nasty.
And he managed to get 27.8% at our state convention by appealing directly to those delegates who were relatively disappointed with the way Charlie Baker has been governing. So obviously he didn't win outright. I mean, Charlie Baker took effectively 70% of the delegate vote.
Oh, good. Okay.
So Baker
that's good
gets
news,
the
right?
endorsement.
Okay.
Which means he gets institutional
he's been
support
doing
and
a good job,
resources come the primary. Yes.
I'm not going to pretend to be an expert in politics by any means, but...
Well, the reason why this is bad news bears...
bad news bears.
Terrible bears. Just bears
Terrible
everywhere.
bears.
Get them out of my house. The reason why it's so bad is that Lively will still get a placement on the primary ballot.
Okay.
So
that is kind of scary.
This has gotten a fair number of my friends and people that I work with, and people in general, really, including those of us, those who are in my party, the Republican Party. We are concerned about the ramifications of this because a lot of people coalesce around this individual without really understanding what he stood for. And now we have to take this in to our primary election season, which is in September. And all of that, what that will carry along with it. Because in November, for those who may not know, or for those who are at home here and may not know, we are protecting trans public accommodations on the ballot. There is a question to repeal them.
Officially.
Yes, there is a question to repeal the Senate bill signed by the governor. I mean, I call it the Senate bill because I believe that is the bill that it was most closely modeled after when they had the joint creation of the final bill that was signed into law. They are looking to appeal that bill come November, which effectively gives us public accommodations rights. So access to hospitals, access to dentist office, access to public parks, access to libraries, access to everything, access to most likely this building had it not had a policy of its own.
Why is it even on the... That's like the most blatant discrimination.
Yes, and
you can't do that.
There was a contingency of people who were upset that it was signed into law back in 2016, and about a month after the law came into effect, they started gathering signatures to put it on the ballot to be voted on. Now, short of something coming from the federal government that would guarantee protections for all LGBTQ people, including trans people, something you would see like an ENDA or something like that, but more broadly covering, this is something that can still happen. So what we
That's terrifying.
Yes, it is terrifying, but at the same time, we have all of this time to effectively just kind of reach out and help people understand that, you and I we're the same as everyone else. We're just two.
Well, that's one of the things I'm trying to accomplish with this. Right, with this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
It's two girls.
So
I mean, I did tag it LGBT on You Now, but You Now's not even working. So no tags associated right now. So we're just two girls.
Right. Just two girls talking.
I mean, I don't
anime and sad stuff.
Right. So what's the? So this is going to be on the ballot, and it's going to.
It's going to be on the ballot if
for both parties, for everyone, like the general ballot.
Oh yeah, it's going to be on the general election ballot.
Okay.
But the reason why this is problematic, in particular, with Scott Lively's
ballot victory, when I go to vote, I'm going to see this thing on the ballot.
Of course.
How did it even get to the ballot?
Signatures. They had enough verified and valid signatures.
There are that many people who they were either able to convince or that were already on board with not being okay with trans people that it actually got on the ballot.
Well, you have to understand the arguments that you normally see from people who are against public accommodations, and that is, perverts in the girls' bathroom. And when you drive with that, it's easy to play off of people's fears, concerns, and feelings to kind of paint that narrative to get a signature. So really, we have to go out there and kind of just like explain to the Massachusetts general population, like, look, that's not the case at all.
Are we doing that?
Oh my God, yes, we are doing that. Okay. There are many groups
because I haven't heard
and putting in the work now.
So if you as a member of the GOP are pushing for that, then I assume that the Democrats and the Democrats and the Independent Party, the ones that are more liberal leaning, are way over this. Then,
yes,
are all on top of this.
I think the Democratic Party actually might have made a point of their mission this past year, if not this year, 2017, to fight for
this specific
these protections.
Okay.
And and there are a fair number of people in the Mass GOP
Equality
as
for All
well.
Massachusetts is the Facebook page, and I think I remember seeing about this now when they said that.
Mm-hmm. And like the groups that I work with, Freedom
Liberties
for All
okay.
and LCR and all that. Yeah, we're also really pushing for this as well. But
okay, well that's good that some members of the GOP are actively.
Of course.
You would say it's a good portion of members of the GOP are pushing against this?
There are a fair number, yes. When the law was signed, or rather, when the bill it became a law.
That is outrageous and terrifying at the same time. I don't know, like.
Right, I'm not trying to ruin your night, so I'll keep it brief. Before the bill was signed into law by the governor over the summer of 2016, it had the support of 8 Republican legislators and a Republican senator. So there is a base for us to work from. And
what is with the big pushback? So there's this. What is with the seesaw? What's your thought on the seesaw now? Because there's this. When Trump got elected, there was this big surge of pushback against the LGBTQA community, especially the trans community, and then we totally pushed back. We pushed back against the military ban, which is now dead, right? That's no longer a thing.
They're appealing that decision right now. The administration.
What decision?
Well, it was shot down by multiple federal courts, but the administration is appealing that.
Okay.
So they're trying, effectively, they're trying to go and say, no, they're not right. That's not right. Institute the ban. But that's just begun. So.
But that's just the okay. So it was shot down twice now, I believe.
So
it was shot down twice now, I believe. The trans military ban. The bathroom thing, I believe, was shot down. I think across most states. Did Texas pass the bathroom bill?
No. Texas's was more like, are they going to effectively tear it apart in a special session in the legislature, which they did not.
Okay.
I will say,
Jeez.
I don't believe it's a majority of all states. I think it's 21 states, 22 if you count DC technically.
So now the LGBTQA community pushed back, the trans community pushed back, Danica Rome was elected, and now we're getting the pushback from that with this nonsense.
Well, part of that
what is happening?
Part of that has to do with there being a cultural tension right now. And what you're seeing are a lot of people who they don't fully understand or have still never met a trans person. So the only understanding they have of our community, God forbid, is someone who may get to them first and say, well, you ever see Jerry Springer? And as terrible of an example as that is in the year of 2018, it's still kind of a thing that we need to contend with.
Well, the people that I work with don't much care for me very much, at least at the one base that I work at right now. Mostly but that's my own fault, because I usually run pretty close to the minute, if not a little bit late.
Wow.
All the time. And then I also tend to hog the bathroom for hours on end while I finish my makeup. So it's understandable, but like I'm usually pretty accommodating. I'll get out, if somebody needs to use it, like right away with all my stuff.
Right.
But
I mean
I
learn to do it on the road like all of us. Come on.
So, wow. Okay, I want to talk more about that later.
Road.
But, okay.
Don't do it on the road.
Yeah, don't do it on the road.
Be safe.
Doki Doki Literature Club. We have at least 5 minutes. We're going to try to go as long as we want. I know, I'm sorry, but we went over the time. We have to try and cram everything in. So, we're aware of the ballot. Real quick, final thoughts on that ballot initiative. Obviously, go out and vote in November. Vote this ish down. Holy crud, this is terrifying. So, yeah, go.
Final thoughts.
Yeah, and put it down. So final thoughts for you on trans politics. Let's say the trans and LGBTQIA politics.
Do your homework on Scott Lively
and he's the one that's been pushing for this?
Well, yes. Scott Lively has been involved with the groups that are pushing for this, but what I was trying to bridge between the two is that his win is kind of bad for us because it allows him a platform to effectively bring more notice and attention to this ballot initiative in a way that we don't want. Yeah. So that's why his victory, if you will, the 28% that got him a ballot access spot against the governor, is so problematic.
Yeah.
Now, that's still in September, and I do not think, in fact, it's statistically unlikely that he's going to beat Charlie Baker.
Right. So we still just have to try and push because you never want to assume victory. You always want to push and fight the way that you normally would if it was a serious competitor, right?
Right. Treat everything like it's a race worth fighting for.
Yes.
Never take anything for granted.
Right, exactly. So still have to push in campaign.
Doki.
Yes, Doki Doki Literature Club. Spoilers, please. Okay, if you don't want to hear Doki Doki spoilers now, we're going to talk about this for as long as we can. All right, I'm really excited about this. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. And go. Sorry to leave you hanging.
Wait, what? I mean, it's a pretty broad topic. I mean, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Doki Doki
You wanted to tell me secrets.
Yes. So okay. I'm assuming
Doki Literature Club secrets.
All right, secrets. Where to start? First secret. Well, for those of you who don't know, it's a game. It's technically a dating sim, but it's not. It's like a terror game.
We're spoiling it right now. So you've been warned. You have been warned.
And essentially, what it is the president of the literature club has sentience through merit of her position, and she's aware that she's stuck in an online game on Steam for free, and she falls in love with you, the player, not the character in the game, and then it just goes downhill from there as she slowly starts like editing the game code.
The artificial intelligence becomes self-aware.
Yeah, it's effectively all of my nightmares.
Yeah, it's one of the most terrifying games I've ever played in my entire life.
So if you end up
the Silent Hill series was true psychological horror, deep psychological horror. We should.
Silent Hill 3 has a special place in my heart.
This is technological psychological horror, which is a little bit more in my wheelhouse because on a lot of ways it messes with your mind more in certain ways, but in other aspects with Silent Hill I'm
also jump scares.
Yeah, with Silent Hill I'm like I have to literally check my closet and I'm terrified now am I going to be like sucked into hell for being a terrible person? Like tomorrow, is my apartment going to be
Am I
locked
gonna be
up?
sucked
What's
into
going
hell
on?
because it's Tuesday?
Right. Yeah, random. So Silent Hill had this really deep sort of, but there's just something just so unsettling about Doki Doki. So again, for anyone that came in, we're discussing Doki Doki. So
All right, so
people just came in and left like immediately. I
right.
hope it's not because of Doki
Your
Doki.
loss.
So see the secrets. So
All right.
how can I manipulate this game?
First secret.
Yeah.
I'm sure I showed you this first. Delete
We
Monica.
delete Monica at the beginning. Yeah, and then
Sayori gains
freaks
the sentience. She freaks out because she realizes, oh my god, this is a game.
But she also gains the sentience when Monica restores her at the end, and she treats it differently.
Right. Well, that's because she gained all the Monica's knowledge up to that point.
Oh, okay. So that would make sense.
Awareness of what Monica was doing.
All right.
So she's like, Whereas without that, she's like, oh my goodness, this is terrifying. End it all.
Yeah. That was crazy. And
so
then if you delete all 3 characters in the very beginning and leave Monica, the game doesn't give you the Sayori screen.
Right.
But it just gives you end.
Yep.
Which is interesting because I thought that Monica was going to be like, oh my god, you picked me. I'm disappointed that she didn't.
Monica.
I'm disappointed that it just ended.
Forever.
Right.
Also in the very beginning of the game, before you do anything else, if you change the name of Sayori's character file with that of Monica's, and Monica's with that of Sayori, she'll end up deleting herself.
Which one will delete herself?
Monica will delete herself when she goes to delete, like, every character. If not Sayori, sorry. If you switch her name with that of, like, Yuri, for instance.
Yeah, wow.
She'll end up deleting herself without realizing it, and then boom, carries on.
So you can kind of beat beat the game early by doing that?
Well, kind of, because eventually she'll go to delete everyone at the end anyway, but effectively it just cuts out that one cutscene where you need to, not cutscene, that one bit where you need to close the game, go into the character files, delete Monica, reboot the game. It just cuts that part out.
Oh, wow.
Let me see.
That's cool.
If you put Monica back in the game after, or rather when you delete her, and you finish the game
at the end, yeah,
and you put her back in the game.
I did that. Nothing happened.
Are you sure you did it right? Because when you do it, she should, and you start a new game. You got to start a new game. She will chime in, and she'll delete herself again because she wants you to stop hurting her heart. You're breaking her heart, Eryn.
Oh, what? Okay.
And if you keep doing it, eventually she'll realize you do love me.
Really? And
yes.
then she has like a different moment at the end?
No, she'll just it's the only way to really start the game over again. But there's also other like secrets, though they're not so easily triggerable.
So one thing I learned is that there's hundreds of different jump scares and little scares here and there, but you will have between a 1 in 10% chance of activating each one at any random given time.
That was what I was going to say. Some of them are statistically varied with
there's so much
here. There's a 1 in 10 chance of this happening here. Or
there's a lot of mods too.
Yeah, I had gotten a couple mods.
The one where Monica, you can actually make Monica your serious girlfriend, and she looks at your browser history.
Well, she'll do that in the game anyway.
Really? I never had that happen. When she looks at your internet browser history in the original game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does that.
Oh, that's cool.
When you stay alone with Monica, eventually she will
this game is pretty awesome.
She will start having conversations with you based on like Netflix browsing history and things like that.
Oh, really?
Or if you watch Netflix or Twitter, or whatever.
That's
she
crazy.
Also, what does she also do?
I was gonna pick Monica since the beginning, but
right, because she's like the serious, mature one.
Yeah, you know me. You know me pretty well. No, but seriously, like she would have been my choice anyway.
Well, now you don't have to pick anything.
Yeah, but then I deleted her at the end just to see what would happen, and then I got the true ending. And is there more than one true ending?
No, I mean, all right, so maybe I'm spoiling something here. And if I am,
it's fine because
all right, so you know that all the character files are also other kinds of files too, right? Like if you open them in Word or if you open them in
didn't know that.
Image Viewer, things will happen.
Really?
And some of them
I gotta do that tonight.
Right.
Am I gonna scare the crap out of myself?
Some of them are strange. I don't know if
there it is, the one voice crack per podcast. I was at the end. It's because we went over. It's bad karma.
I don't know if there are any that are really spooky, just some that are like weird and strange. But effectively, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I am.
Okay.
The reason why the characters are the way they are
Mm-hmm.
is because they shouldn't be in that game. They're from another game.
I heard something like
And
this.
you can find out more.
There's a
when
game
you
that's
go
going to
into
be
the
released
files,
soon, right?
And you look at the
It's
picture
not out yet?
and the character files and like convert them into other formats. There are hints and Easter eggs within there.
I remember hearing about this.
Yes.
That is awesome.
The book that Yuri
PS4,
reads,
right?
I think so.
Okay.
The book that
It's gonna
Yuri...
be
Also,
yeah.
probably Steam, too, to be honest. The book that Yuri
Oh,
reads...
I loved when the book got altered the second time and it was about dismembering limbs and sticking them on this like amalgamation of a monster.
That's
And she's like,
that's
doesn't that
pertinent
sound
to the other
lovely?
game.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that stuff is pertinent to the other game. So it's definitely... It's going to be a much more serious, probably outright horror game. Probably, maybe even something completely different. Maybe I'm wrong. But... all
awesome.
logic kind of points to the two games being intrinsically tied. So it's very
That's
creative
cool.
game theory on part of
Team Salvato.
Team Salvato.
So
Thank you.
were they? Is Team Salvato associated with the major?
No, Team Salvato
Producer?
is just a man named Dan Salvato and his team of programmers, and it might actually just be Dan Salvato alone, who put this game together.
So how did Dan Salvato and Team Salvato find out about the other game and get the permissions to put these characters
Oh, it's
in
their
there?
game. Both games are going to be their game.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Team Salvato is bigger than we thought.
No, Team Salvato. It's all right. It's not that hard to get into game design anymore.
That's true too.
I mean, it's definitely easier in the onset of the era of like indie gaming, and you know, if it's going to be a game kind of like say an Undertale or something like that. And even without that, you can definitely get into more serious game design like Revolution 60 by Brianna Wu and all that. So and Space Cat Gal.
Wow, that's crazy. Any final thoughts on Doki Doki? We gotta wind down here.
Yeah, I love it. I'm
Yeah,
still playing it. Like
even if we just spoiled it for you, like
it
still
touches
go play it. A lot of jump scares.
It touches upon a part of like horror and terror that I like in my games, and if you're into that kind of thing too, then you'll definitely like it. Like I am a total baby when it comes to like terror and horror, but I subject myself to it anyway. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's a great game. Play it. So ESP007, thank you again so much for coming on the show.
Oh yay.
All right, we crammed in a lot of stuff. I'm really happy with the content of this podcast. We started off a little slow at the beginning.
Could have talked more politics, but you know.
But that's why you're going to be a regular guest, like we talked about, and you're going to have your own theme music, and we're going to be doing conventions together.
Or you can just follow me on Twitter.
You could do that too. What's your Twitter handle?
@JordaRuski.
Jordaruski.
Or follow me on Facebook, Jordan Evans. I have a check mark now.
Oh,
I don't know why.
So ESP007, Eryn Spencer, Jordan Evans, thank you again for coming on the show. We will have you back within the next few months for sure, because you're going to be one of our regular guests. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Fall River. Thank you, social media,
Thank you,
all of
Fall
our
River.
accounts. Okay, my little unicorns, and we don't do outro music anyway because copyright. So we're just going to add
make
in
our
some
own.
flavor after. So thank you, my unicorns. Have a wonderful evening.